2025 was a year sent from hell, so I'm here to tell y'all how to revamp for 2026.
I feel like absolute shit.
So I don't seem like a down badass bitch. Like I try, I give, and nothing ever really is good enough. He doesn't want me, I get it. I get it. I don't know what to do. She would talk to me. That's my type. Somebody that doesn't leave. That's like only requirement. Born ditzy, been ditzy, staying ditzy. Even on days where you treat me like shit. Can I live? Can I take one deep breath before it's something thrown in my face? And it could all have been fake for him. Did I think he's moved on? Did I think I am close enough to it as I'm ever gonna get? Hi, if you're new here, I'm Jordan Charlie. I just restarted my YouTube channel and I love that you made it to my page. Be sure to subscribe, and my socials will be up here in this corner and always in the description. And if you're not new here, thanks for coming back. Thanks for joining me. I love to see y'all again. This reset, I literally sat down last night in the middle of the night because I couldn't go to sleep, and I literally wrote down everything you could possibly think of. Literally everything you could possibly think of. And I'm going to share this list with you because I thought it would be fun. Everybody wants to glow up, revamp for the new year, and who am I to tell you that you can't? Okay? So I think there are two parts to the glow up, and then those parts get broken down into steps. I think there is the reset and then the revamp. The reset is going through all your old life, your old habits, your old friends, your old everything, and taking out the stuff that is unnecessary and implementing stuff that you like. And the revamp is bringing in all the new things you want to do, all the new goals, all the new habits, all the new everything, and setting it in stone, making sure it's you, making sure it all fits into the big picture. I think in order to reset, you have to stop and reflect on the past year and things you accomplished and things you wanted to accomplish and that you didn't, and things you were sad about, things you spent a lot of time thinking about, anything that you could possibly think of. Take that, put it down into a big brain dump, and sit with it. But I did that on my thing. I'm not gonna show y'all what it says, but I did, in fact. Once you do that, we move on to how to reset from that, how to let go of all that and build anew. And I think for that, there are three categories. You have your mind, and you have your body / your physical, and then you have your lifestyle. All three different categories. In order to reset your mind, you want to take a look back at your past year, this past year being 2025, what you want to work on and what you did good, and then think about the things that you want to prioritize, what you prioritized this year, and what fell on the back burner for you, things that you didn't prioritize but you know you wanted to and you know you should have. Think about all of that and then put it into a big list. Do y'all remember on Pinterest when everybody were doing their 2025 ins and outs? That's what you need to do. Make a big list, taking all that stuff, all that information, and think about the things you want to bring into the new year and things you want to push out of the new year. And then once you do that, you want to reset your physical, your body, because if you look good, you feel good, which is not all the time true, but if you look good, you feel better. Let's say that. If you look good, you feel better. You don't want to be doing all this stuff to break old habits and then you walk around looking like a bum and you haven't brushed your teeth in 3 days. You know, that's not cool. So this can be, on the paper I said do full glow up, in parentheses, whatever that means to you, because a glow up does not have to be an $1,000 hair dye and whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? It could be a haircut. I just got my haircut. It could be doing your eyebrows at home. It could be shaving and exfoliating. You know what I mean? A glow up is whatever a glow up is to you. It doesn't have to be this full $3,000 routine that the beauty gurus convince you have to do to be pretty. You know what I mean? A glow up is whatever a glow up is to you. For me, it means doing my eyebrows, shaving my face, you know, doing a little dermaplaning, shaving everything else, exfoliating, you know what I mean? Like maybe putting a little bump, a little curl in my hair so I won't get bowl cut. But that is not a glow up to everybody. You know, everybody doesn't feel the need to do all that. So you do you. Whatever is a glow up to you, you do that. And then get some exercise in, because everybody feels good once they move once in a while. Exercise doesn't have to be a 35-minute Chloe Ting workout. You could just go outside and take a dog on a walk or something. Like, just, you know, do something cool. Get your body moving. Get a little energy, a little vitamin D. Go outside, do something. And then we want to move on to resetting our lifestyle. To reset your lifestyle, you want to first start off by decluttering everything, declutter your space. I need to do that because this is what we're working with right now. But don't worry about that because this ain't even my net, for real. But no, seriously, I need to do that. But you want to declutter everything, your house, your clothes, your devices. I'm gonna sit down and go through my phone and declutter all the apps actually. But yeah, just declutter, sit down, get rid of everything that you don't need to bring into the new year, whether it's something as little as a email from 10 years ago or something as big as breaking up with your boyfriend. I don't know, like, just get rid of all the negative old stuff. We don't need that. We don't need the crust and the dust from last night's sleep in today's morning. You know what I mean? Think about all the habits that you did that worked for you this year. Take that and write it down. And then go on to write down your routines, from your morning routine, your night routine, your class routine, your everything, and cross out everything that did not work. Go through the list and cross out everything that did not work. I say that because sometimes stuff needs to be physically on paper for us to see, like, hey, actually, I was doing this and it didn't make sense. And then I always change my devices up, like change up my home screen, stuff like that. It's good to have a little change. You know, what goes unchanged often destroys itself. So don't just sit and be comfortable. If you're comfortable, you're probably not happy, because we need change to evolve. And then once you're done with your reset, we want to move on to our revamp. This is where you take everything that you implemented or everything that you want to implement and put it into your routines and start putting it into action. This is the real deal GOAT. You can skip all that other stuff if you really want to. This is where we need to get down and get busy. For real. I always start off with a word. This doesn't work for everybody. It works for me, but it doesn't work for everybody. I always start off with a word that I want to envision my year, or multiple words. It can be whatever you want it to be. This year, my word is peaceful, but you could have 10 words, you can have 5, you can have none. You know what I mean? Like, whatever works for you works for you. This is what works for me. And I go in and I make sure everything that I've reset embodies this word, and I make sure everything that I want to bring in embodies this word. You know what I mean? I don't want my word to be peaceful and I say, oh, I'm striving to do a marathon a week every week for this new year. You know what I mean? That's not peaceful. I'll be stressed as I don't know what. And then after that, in order to bring in the new stuff, I take all my goals and I write down the goals and I write down the steps to get there, because you want to have SMART goals, things that are manageable to achieve but will also make you feel like you're achieving something. You know, you don't want to say, I want to be at 1 million subscribers by the end of the year. That's so not logical, and that's gonna make you resent even trying, because you're gonna be like, dang, I didn't reach my goal, when in reality nobody would ever reach that goal. You know what I mean? You're not Jake Paul. You know what I mean? That's crazy. It's recommended to set 3 to 5 new goals for the new year. You can go a little bit under that, maybe do 2, or you can go a little bit over that, maybe do 6 or 7. But just make sure you're not trying to do 15 new things at once, because we only have 365 days in a year. You can't change your whole life in a month or 2. You know, that's not logical. That's not how that works. But this year, I have set 4 new goals for myself. I'm not going to tell you all of them, but I will tell you the first one, because it kind of has to do with YouTube. My first goal is to have 1,000 subs on YouTube by the end of the year. And in order to make that a SMART goal, I've broken it down into 3 steps. I want to post once a week, because that'll make sure I'm being consistent. And then I want to pre-plan my videos for the month. And then I want to be authentic and have fun. That's one of my goals. That's an example of how to set up a SMART goal. After you sit down and plan out all your goals and plan out the timeline for each goal and what you want to accomplish and how you're going to get there, then you want to put all that together. Whether in what form that be is up to you. Some people use journals, some people use calendars, some people put it on Apple Notes, some people put it in their planners. You know, whatever works for you,
that's what you want to do, because you want to have this all out and written so you could go back to it so you won't forget. You can't just keep it all up in there in your mind, because that's not going to work. You want to have it all written down, ready to be seen. When you forget, when you get demotivated, you can just scroll back and be like, ah, this is what I'm doing this for. You know what I mean? A lot of people like to make vision boards. If a vision board works for you, then you do that. Vision boards are very cute. They make some very tea ones. You can have a physical one, set it up on your desk. You can have a digital one, put it as your home screen. You can do whatever you want to do. Whatever works for you, that's it. You do you, girl. And lastly, remember to give yourself grace. Nobody is perfect. Nobody can change their whole life in 2 days. That's another reason why sometimes people's New Year's goals don't work out. They try to change their whole routine, a big 180 switch in 2 days. That's not how life works. You have to slowly implement things and slowly take things out. You can't full reset like that overnight. You know what I mean? That's not really logical. Remember, growth is not linear. Sometimes you're going to fall back. Sometimes you're going to break a habit. Sometimes you're going to not want to get up and go to the gym. That's fine. You're human. You're not a robot. Nobody is programmed to move at 100% every single day, and that's okay. Lastly, just start. The time is now. Whenever you sit down and think about it, that's when you need to start. Don't say, oh, I'm going to start on this day and this. No. Start right now. Start planning it. Start buying the things to do whatever you have to do. Start getting up and going wherever you have to go. Just do it. Because if you don't, then you're going to be stuck planning for years and years and years on end, and you're never going to do anything you want to do. Thank y'all so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also be sure to follow my socials. Again, they'll be in this corner and they'll be in the description, as they are in every single one of my videos. Love you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you made it to the end of this video, comment a apple emoji. I think they have those.